Well, hello, my friends. This is Ray Lambert from NSP's home office. How's everyone doing today? We have really an intimate group, and I just would like to ask as we begin, would you please just let me know that you can hear me okay? All you got to do is type in the question box. Oh, and you're raising your hands. Boy, are you on the ball. Awesome job. Thanks so much. Okay. Good job. All right, I just want to let you know as we begin that you do have a handout that you can download for today's presentation. It's a 3-up PDF. All the slides are there, and I would encourage you to just reach over and print that out and follow along and take some notes, print it out before we begin. That would be awesome. But we are going to do some awesome things today, and we're so excited that you're here. Thanks so much for being with us and for being interactive with me and so on. Okay, now by show of hands, how many of you right now, just using your hand, how many of you have a group that you're doing in the month of March? Whoa! Holy cow, look at that. Okay, so we have Bonnie, Jerry, Joanna, Marcia, Mary, Ellen, Melanie, Ruth, Sarah, Teresa, and then we have Jenna that just raised her hand. And I think we've got and we have Robin, Garrett. Good job. Very, very good. Okay, let me just put everyone's hand down. Thank you. That's awesome. Good work, you guys. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I think that we're going to have an excellent webinar today, to say the least. I'm Ray Lambert. I'm your host for today, and we're going to be going through the manual. So if you'll get your coaches or your participant manual, and I would encourage you to type your questions as we go through, and I will gladly do my very best to stay on top of questions and do my very best to answer them as we go through, and so on. But if you'll get out your participant manual or your coach's manual, we're actually going to be going through several sections, all the way from section 5 clear to section 13. Okay, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. And if you'll turn in that and just make sure that you understand what we're going to do. Section 5 starts on page number, and I'm in the participant manual right now. Excuse me just a second. I'm trying to get there myself. As you can tell, my manual is right by your phone. So yes, right by your ear. All righty, we're on page 57. Good job. Okay, and then we had Marcia Bird and also Mary Ellen Keel raise their hand. It sounds like they have groups, so the majority of you already have groups going this month, and I congratulate you for doing that. Let me just, again, just remind you to go to your participant manual. We're on page 57. And the reason I'm letting everyone just take a moment here before we jump right in is I want to make darn sure that we all have our manuals together, because I want you to take some notes and just be aware of what's happening. All righty, we're on page 57 of your manual. And this is really a neat manual, or a neat lesson, Module 5. It's Mastering Your Food Environment. And in this particular week, we talk about serving sizes and shopping the perimeter of stores, cleaning the crud out of your pantry, and then incentives that you offer to your group in contests and so on. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And then also the idea of duplicating with new people and how they purchase products and so on. And so let me just go back to this first page, and we're going to just talk about this idea on page 57. It says cleaning out your pantry. Would love to have you guys type out how you teach people to clean out their pantry. And I'm just going to wait, and you guys think about that for just a minute. How do you teach your group? What suggestions that are very practical do you give your people to clean out their pantry? And of course, replace it with better choices. That's obviously the goal. And Christina, I'm thrilled that you have 2 small groups going. Keep up the good work. That's where we start. So I'm looking for you to type in your question section how you teach people to limit what's in their pantry, and we're on page 57. Okay. Okay, Christine, she just said something that's very profound. She says, if there are others in their home, and this is where Christine is being very wise, if there are others in the home where perhaps they're not participating in the same lifestyle change that you're teaching there, then it's a good idea inside the pantry to create a shelf just for that participant in the IN.FORM program, and then put all the healthy choices on that shelf, which is a brilliant idea, okay? Sarah says, we have them eliminate everything that contains high fructose corn syrup or hydrogenated anything. Very good suggestion, Miss Sarah. And then, of course, Cynthia Lehman says, read the labels. Jerry Spencer says, pull out everything with a box or plastic wrapper and read the ingredients. If it has an ingredient that you can't read, throw it out. I love that, Jerry. Very good suggestion. Bonnie Forsythe, we learn to read the labels and get rid of stuff. That's not whole grain, and that's high fructose corn syrup and other bad stuff in it. Substitute these with healthier choices. Awesome. We invite a nutritionist as guest speaker last week for this module. Our meeting is in a home, so she went through the pantry and refrigerator, showed our group what was good and what is not healthy. I love that. That's a cool idea. Get out the boxed or the canned foods high in sugar, and those are awesome ideas. Okay, now the question that I have is this, and you guys have told me how to eliminate it, and everyone has heard that, and I think that's magnificent. How do you now tell people to replace the choices that are on the shelf? What better choices would you put on that shelf that's in the pantry or in the refrigerator? And again, type your answer and we will read your answer to the group. So what would be a good replacement for a Betty Crocker cake mix box? Or what would be a good replacement for Frosted Flakes or Cheerios or something like that? Okay, this is Cynthia Lyman, and she says, I actually take them to Kroger's and go through the store and organic and what I buy. I love that idea. That's a field trip. Okay, Sarah, if you could grow it yourself, you can eat it. I love that. If you're in the San Joaquin Valley, you can grow it almost all year long too. All right. Lots of NSP shake packages. Okay, very good, Jerry Spencer. What about in the refrigerator? What are you going to suggest that they have in the refrigerator? Obviously, the things that you can grow. Okay, here's some more suggestions. Sarah says, we also do a trip to the grocery store. Awesome. On this particular week, and they love it, and the store loves it too. I would imagine that the store would think that would rock. That would be cool. They'd probably lay the red carpet out for you guys. We're going to bring 15 people over, or 3 people, or whatever's in your group, and we're going to be going through your store, and we want you to help them understand, and so they send an expert with you. That would be a brilliant idea. Prepare veggies in proportioned baggies. I love that. Okay, that's Ruth Pacheco. Bonnie says, I have things that I fixed ahead of time to show them how they can make healthy things, and also stuff I've bought that are healthier. I love that. So preparing in advance, and that again is where we all get into trouble, especially guys like me, who I'm not a sugar guy. I don't like snacking on sugar, but I love snacking on salty things. Oh, baby. And so if I have even Bonitos in the pantry, and you guys understand that's just a really healthy chip that's made out of beans. Bonitos, I could go down on Bonitos. Oh, baby. If I'm hungry, watch out for that bag of Bonitos. And so if we show them how to take everything and put it in proportion-sized bags, and so it's okay to have a snack, but this is the snack size you're going to eat. Okay, unless it's vegetables, then you can go nuts. 82 pounds of vegetables later, that's fine if you're that hungry. Okay? All right. Replace, okay, this is great. Replace with quinoa and brown rice and beans. I love that. Very good. And that was Melanie. Jerry Spencer says only whole foods. Very good. Jenna says, I make all my own salad dressings and sauces so I know what's in them, and and they last much longer than the store-bought also. I love that. That's a good idea. Ruth Pacheco says keep on hand some hummus, hard-boiled eggs, olives, whole grain wassa crackers. I love that. Okay, Christina, she says fridge, nut butter, eggs, meat, salad, materials, Greek yogurt, apples, snack vegetables, peppers, cucumbers, carrots, and celery. Teresa says share fresh salad dressing recipes. I love that. And that is, if you have your fresh salad dressing recipe, if you could type that in, just one of them, that would rock. Melanie said swap out for a healthier choice, organic cereal, pasta, condiments to start, then can later eliminate some of those when they're ready. And then, of course, I prepare a healthy snack for each session and then give them the recipes. Jerry Spencer says that is her suggestion. Very good. Greek salad dressing can be used for marinades also. I love that. So marinades for your chicken, your fish, even your beef or deer or elk. I'm a wild game eater because I'm a hunter, like Jay Van Havel, and so I love wild game in my diet, and so does my family. We do a lot of that, and it works out real well for us. Plus, we always raise grass-fed organic beef every year, and at Christmas time, we put them in our freezer. Okay, this is Sarah Hill says, always sharing recipes. And then she gives a great website. Write this down, you guys. Againstall Grains. Againstallgrains.com is a good site for recipes. Againstall Grains. So those three words in one giant word. Againstall, S-T-A-L-L, Grains, Grains.com. Oh, it's Againstall Grain. There's no S in grain. Okay, that's fine. So againstallgrain.com. Againstallgrain.com. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, very good. Now we're going to turn the page. And it says grocery store shopping. And of course, that's on page 57. And you guys do some awesome things that way. Cleaning out your pantry and incentives and contests and so on. Shop till you drop pounds. And on the top of page 58, I just want to read that. It says, remember, back to week 1, essential foods. Notice that most of the foods we discussed are on the outer edges of the grocery store. You'll see no foods in boxes, cans, plastic, or cellophane. You know the kind of products found on the inner aisles, no big surprise. When I teach this module, and I've taught this module a lot to NSP employees and even my family, I love to have the audience read right out of the manual in different places. Obviously, if you're using a projector, that's magnificent. You can read that. But I love to have them refer right to the manual because this manual is loaded with incredible ideas that are very well thought out and very well written. And you can be very proud to have people read this manual. And it just really engages your audience and so on. Marilyn Dickerson says, my own dips with Greek yogurt, use dried herbs for chips, veggies, stevia, and cinnamon for fruit. Ooh, man, my mouth is just jumping up and down. Okay, Teresa Sorensen, fresh salad dressing recipe. Here you go. Are you ready to write this down? 1 cup fresh extra virgin olive oil, 1/3 cup apple cider vinegar, 3 tablespoons local honey, 1 clove, and 1 minced garlic. Stir, shake, and put it on your salad. Oh, baby. Is your mouth watering or what? Woo! I love that. Okay. I'm going to turn the page because I'm just getting hungry right now. All right. Now in week 5, talking about number 1, it says duplication, how new people purchase product, use the bio tracker, and motivate and encourage participation. One of the great things that you can do, of course, in week 5 is week 5 you're actually seeing some good results from your participants, especially if you're keeping records of your own and you're very aware of the records of your people. And if you're also having them keep records inside their participant manual, and of course their food journal is huge. And if you're encouraging your people to use their food journal, that's awesome. A lot of people have been using MyFitnessPal and that type thing. And MyFitnessPal is it's an Under Armour software that is just an awesome tracker of the food that you put into your body. And that's another thing that can be done. And then it is so critical that people purchase the product. If they don't purchase the product and go on it, they may have results, but they won't be too exciting. And then that bio tracker, as you know, is worth its weight in gold when it comes to tracking the data on that thing. And you're not just, as you're keenly aware, not just tracking weight, but you're tracking so many other indicators. The numbers that you're tracking, of course, is fat and water. After you do this for a period of time, you can see just huge patterns in people. Their water's up, their fat is down, their muscle mass is up, and their fat is down. All kinds of cool things start happening when you start seeing these numbers and can start tracking them in your own mind. And then the coaches, where you're starting your own groups, you can have weekly health assessment meetings. And that's, again, where you come in and have people just use that bio tracker, and you can do 2 or 3 meetings in different people's homes and say, I'm starting a weight loss group. And that's one of the coolest ways that you can go out and do this. You can do it at a company. You can go into a company and say, we are going to be doing a wellness program, and this is the date that we're going to start, but we're going to be doing a weekly health we're going to do a health assessment for your company, and it's a lunch and learn. It'll only take 20 minutes to do the presentation, but everyone can do the bio tracker, and if you have 2 or 3 bio trackers there, get maybe HR to help you do that at the company, and people will line up to come to that lunch and learn. And of course, offer that train every week, how to overcome challenges and how to present it and so on. That's awesome. And then visit groups, identify next opportunity meetings. And again, that could be your weekly assessment, but you could do in-home presentations, you could do company presentations, and that type thing. Incredible things are coming down the pike with IN.FORM. NSP is putting huge resources into IN.FORM right now. I'm so excited about how things are going. Now let's turn to Module 6. And again, I apologize for turning these pages right by your ear. I'll mute the phone. Okay, Module 6, of course, is all about our cravings. And holy cow, do people get cravings. And I'm not a sugar craver by a mile and a half. Sugar and me, I don't get along with sugar, but salt, woo! My favorite ultimate snack. Are you ready for this? Okay, the ultimate Ray Lambert snack is Doritos, ranch, and then I get the crab meat, and then I cover that with cheese. And that's the first layer. And then I do another layer of chips, crab meat, cheese, and then another layer of chips, crab meat, cheese. And I put it in the oven at a low temperature and let it just bake. Oh, baby. It's not diet, I'll tell you that. Yes, fat guy in a little coat right there. All righty. What do our cravings say about me? I've only done that twice in my life, but man, that was the ultimate snack for Ray Lambert. It was heaven. Alrighty, we're on page 67, and so if you'll turn to page 67, that would be great. Right underneath, of course, on page 67, it says stomach growling, feeling faint, low on energy, or feeling like you took one too many bites. Since a bite of a bit of bloating, or suffering from Thanksgiving Day full. That Thanksgiving Day full is not very much fun. I haven't done that too much in my life, but that is not fun. But going through this section is amazing. And as you're teaching people about sugars and artificial sweeteners and cravings and the hunger scale and food cravings, I just think it's fascinating. The hunger scale on page 68, let's just go over that for just a second. This is really fun to teach this to people. You've got the empty feeling, faint or sick because you are so hungry as you haven't eaten for days. You actually have teeth marks on your arm because you're starting to chew on your arm. Anyway, all the way down to the bottom it says Thanksgiving Day full, not hungry at all. You never even want to look at food again. You actually feel so much pressure from your abdomen that your eyes are starting to push out. That, you guys, you can tell I've been with the Scouts too much. Any way that you teach this information here, how do you teach this amazing information on page 68 to where it becomes very alive for people and helps them be motivated? And again, I'm asking you to type, okay. Oh, Sarah Hill says, tell them to hang that hunger scale on the refrigerator. I love that idea. Teresa says, laminate it and put it on the refrigerator. Woo! 2 dandy ideas. Very, very good, people. Okay, and then another suggestion is drink 6-8 before you get hungry. And this is Sarah Hill again. Very good suggestion. Bonnie Forsyth says to be more mindful of their appetite and learn to control and do something before they get hungry. And again, just the great suggestions you guys had before of preparing packets of food, having hummus and healthy chips available, those types of things, having your grain or all your vegetables all in little baggies, that type of thing. Those are brilliant ideas. Okay, Marilyn Dickerson says, have them copy it and put it on the back of their pantry door. Each time they open the door, look at where they're at. Very good, Marilyn. Put a pre-made shake in the fridge. Another very good idea. And, of course, just shake it again. Make your own salsa. I love that. Okay. I'm going to turn to page 72 of the manual. Of course, as you're going through this, you guys, I know because you're typing in such magnificent suggestions. Marilyn Dickerson just said, anyone got an answer why someone would crave ginger and cinnamon? That is amazing. Ginger and cinnamon. Why would someone crave ginger and cinnamon? They've been eating too much sushi. I have no idea. I love ginger and I do love cinnamon. Okay, I'm going to read right out of the manual. I'm on page 72, and it says the myth of the magical sweeteners. And this is so profound. One of the things that so many people believe is that artificial sweeteners are going to keep them from gaining weight. And as you look around in our society, convenience stores are loaded with people stopping by in their nice cars or their old beat-up cars, and they're overweight, they're obese, they're having a very difficult time. And again, this is just some really good information that I like to share with people. I have pounded for years when I've taught for Nature Sunshine in the Field. I have pounded soda. You've heard me talk about how dangerous it is even for our respiratory system and our health and our vitality. But I'd love to talk about the information here on page 72. A study published in the Yale Journal of Biology and Medicine in 2010 suggested that the rise in obesity coincides with the increased use of artificial sweeteners. Once again, doggone chemicals, okay? And then that next one, in a large cohort study in Texas, 3,682 adults were followed over an 8-year period. Drinkers of artificial sweetened beverages had consistently higher BMIs, or body mass indexes. Also reported was that not so savory fact that sweet taste of artificial sweeteners actually enhanced appetites. Now, why do you think that is? Why do you think it enhances appetites? Well, bottom line, it is genetically very attractive to the body what these scientists put in these foods, and they are designed to cause us to have an increased appetite, to actually hunger for it and want it more. And due to evil plans that do and will exist in the hearts of conspiring men, I warn you and forewarn you, okay? It is the dark side of the force is out to get you. And literally it is so wise that we are very careful with what we put into our body. It is just amazing how critically important that is. Also in Module 6, use of the glow factor, free product, extra income, and then, of course, you're wanting to help people understand how, by showing the results and continually holding up good examples of people who are increasing in muscle mass and, of course, decreasing fat, increasing water percentage, all kinds of great things begin to happen to their energy. Their glow factor obviously goes up. And then, of course, a lot of people even share business testimonies and that type of thing. Okay, and there's some great comments just coming in from you guys on this same information. This is Mindy Wade. Miss Mindy, thank you. Possible deficiency in lung and mental energy. Absolutely correct. When you're drinking soda, you definitely have a decrease in respiratory function. You do not have anywhere near the amount of oxygen in your bloodstream because it's been replaced by carbon dioxide from the fizz in the soda. And that fizz in the soda literally goes into your bloodstream from the blood gas exchange doesn't take place in the lungs. It's taking place in the small intestine, in the microvilli. And so just be aware of that the blood gas exchange literally does take place from that soda in your gut. And your red blood cells don't know that this carbon dioxide that's down in the gut from that Coke you just drank is not just in every other cell. It's going to take all the Coke that it can, or all that carbon dioxide that it can, and take it right back in. And so those red blood cells are going to be loaded with carbon dioxide and trying to get it out of the body. And so again, that just gives you an awesome idea of how that works. Module 7, are your thoughts making you fat? And again, let's talk about that for just a second. I'm on page 79 of your manual. Okay, two great comments here. Three great comments. Sarah Hill says, I love Nature's Harvest mixed with 6-8 as a mid-afternoon snack. I love that. Very, very good. And that, of course, 6-8 will help curb your appetite, in addition to the Nature's Harvest having protein in it, in addition to some very nutrient-dense phytonutrients that are in Nature's Harvest that are going to help you survive as an afternoon snack. That's also a good pre-bedtime snack, too. I love having a protein shake before I go to bed, just a small one, usually just one scoop, and in the evening, rather than, as my habit has been for years, a bowl of ice cream. And so that's an awesome, just a better choice at the end of the day. And my whole family does that now. And it's made a huge difference in everyone's health. Jenna says, artificial sweeteners increase appetite because the body prepares for incoming calories when the brain receives a sweet signal, but when there are no calories coming in, the body continues to be hungry. Dadgummit. So you're automatically going to get more hungry. That's awesome, Jen. And then Mindy Wade said, that may be the reason for the appetite cravings also. And that's exactly right, as Mindy pointed out. So we're on page 79. You are what you think. Are you thinking about food? And I have told this story a lot when I've taught IN.FORM classes. I grew up with a kid that played basketball. He was 2 years older than I was. And he was just an excellent basketball player, didn't play any other sports. I played 3 different sports in high school. And this guy was just a really tall, about 6'8". He played forward on the basketball team. And when he graduated and went through college and got his job, he began to collect money for a large dairy operation. Basically, he'd go out to all these convenience stores that would sell their products to the convenience stores, and he would collect money from these guys. And the way that he would do that is he would take them to lunch, and sometimes he would have 3 or 4 lunches in one day. And he said the first thing that he would think of when he would get up was, where can I eat today? He became huge. I mean, gigantic. This guy became, he's 6'8". Can you imagine what would happen if you're eating lunch 3 to 4 times a day to try and collect money from people? Talk about fat guy in a little coat. And so are your thoughts making you fat? Our thoughts, you've got sleep, diet derailers, and flower essences, all are covered in this wonderful lesson. And any comments on how you teach this module to your people? I'm just waiting for you to do some typing in this section. Okay, Christine says she's actually teaching this class next week for her group. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to go back to 79 since I don't see anybody typing, and I'm just going to go over a couple of things. I'm reading the statements that are there on that page. And this is profound. And again, this talks about emotional eating that we do. We all are guilty of this. And I have definitely done this before. And this is just profound when you start reading this. I'm going to drown my disappointment in a bag of cheese puffs, get my fingers all orange, lick them off, and then open that quart of triple chocolate ice cream. Woo! Follow it with some milk. Don't forget that. Or, of course, Dr. Pepper would be good. Okay? Or a 32-ounce Code Red with crushed ice. Okay? Am I ringing any bells out there? Amazing to see how that works. The next one, it says, I'm so bored that I think I'll hit the burger stand, enjoy some curly fries and extra sauce, then check out the donut shop. I always see friends there. That guy's going to have to see if he's walking or rolling. Maybe it would be a good idea if he wore a hat just to see if he's walking or rolling. Okay? And so basically, and it says, these sound very familiar. In January 2013, a poll of more than 1,300 psychologists cited emotions as the top obstacle to weight loss. And there is no doubt about it. Emotions are without doubt the top obstacle to weight loss. Bonnie Forsyth says, encourage them to find something to do when they know that they don't need to eat. Sipping hot tea helps out also. Very good suggestion. Okay. Jenna says, I ask them if they believe that they are worthy of being a healthy weight. Stephen Horn teaches that you won't lose weight if you don't believe that you can, or don't believe that you are worthy or deserving of it. Yes, belief is huge. Personal belief is gigantic. And so it does make a big, big difference to help people understand that. Next comment here. Marilyn Dickerson says, I like physical hunger versus emotional hunger, saying some people spend their health to get wealth, then spend their wealth to regain their health. I love that, Marilyn. Okay. Christine says, I am going to give them samples of xylitol gum for next week so that they can grab them instead of whatever else they would like to put into their mouth. I love that. And then take 3 deep breaths before eating. This is Nita. She says, take 3 deep breaths before eating. Makes one more mindful, slows you down, and creates a mini habit. That's a great idea. So before someone is going to be eating, teach them to take 3 deep breaths. I love that. Excuse me for yawning. Okay? And then Marilyn Dickerson says, put a note on the fridge or cabinet and ask if they are hungry, bored, or upset. Wow. That is powerful. Very, very good. Okay, the business suggestions for this module, of course, are, I'm just going to, how about, before we leave that, I just want to find out what you guys do with flower essences and essential oils, as far as you are what you think in here. And any comments on essential oils or the flower essences before we move on? Because I think that flower essences and essential oils can help mediate our emotions in a huge way and help calm us down. And hunger is, when we get into the habit of eating well and exercising, it is very good to keep that habit. But when you're trying to break a bad habit that has been ingrained for years, it is very difficult. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Ruth, she says, this is Ruth Pacheco, to avoiding from boredom, pick an activity that you thought you didn't have the time for. Your things that make me happy list, and then do it. Sniffing peppermint oil before eating, very good, Ruth. I love that. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. This is Marilyn Dickerson. Ruth says distress remedy for stress or overwhelm, mitigate stress eating. I love that. So distress remedy, boy, I could tell you stories about distress remedy. It is so awesome. It is amazing. Let's see, passion flower essence around the class. It says pass flower essence around the class to try. Okay, I love that. I offer a free compass assessment, what oils or flower essence that they need. And this is Marilyn Dickerson. And of course, with the compass, you have the ability to click on, I'm just going to do flower essences, I'm just going to do essential oils. And of course, the compass will make that reading and make that happen. I love that. Jerry Spencer says, been using the recipes from Lori's webinar to share with them. The one that loses the most weight gets the roll on or the spritzer. Always put in at least one of flower essences in the mix. I love that. And then I use Uplift in my car diffuser. So AJ Pollock said that. Awesome. Good job. Okay, the business suggestions. Let me see if I can get my mouse to turn the page here. Okay, in week 7, have them use posters and other promotional offerings, free assessments, just like it was just said. Explain the program to the staff, receptionists, and put them on the product. Leave referral boxes and forms to request additional information, and check and follow up weekly. And again, this is your group that's coming to you every week. If you're doing this in a company, that referral box can get huge. You in a company would always, it would be a good idea if you're doing an IN.FORM group in a company as a wellness program. Obviously, you're not going to get all the employees, but as you're asking for referrals, the employees will be talking up what's happening, especially if they're having great results. Chiropractic, massages, nail salons, hairdressers, those are all very good resources for you to fill your IN.FORM group. And then, of course, use certificates and vouchers for those businesses to reward your participants' achievements. And you can do that with a chiropractor, with a massage therapist, with a nail salon or a hairdresser. You can actually work with these people and get the ability to buy these certificates at a discount, or even get free certificates or vouchers for people to actually go in and try the business. And use that for your participants when they hit certain levels, or when they have increased in their ability to increase muscle mass and lose weight, increase your water intake, and obviously fat goes down. Amazing things start to happen when you're doing that type of thing. Now this next module, of course, is dealing with stress, and we're on page 91. It's actually page 93 in the manual that I have, and I apologize for that. But stress, oils, anxiousness, and sleep. And again, we're going to talk about some of the same things that we talked about before. But stress is definitely one of the main reasons that people have difficulty with weight management. And people don't have a constructive way to do that, and that's why IN.FORM has been so successful, is you're teaching people some magnificent ways to deal with stress and to make decisions in advance so that they don't go out of control and start eating and that type of thing. But even in the beginning, I'm reading from page 93, even in the benign world of weight management, sabotage can occur. And that, of course, is stress. It's not just about spies, bombs, and national security and that awesome headline there. Stress is one of the primary ways people sabotage their weight loss goals. There's nothing cloak and dagger about it. It's a well-known fact that stress can ruin your best laid plans for weight reduction. Oh, sure, a certain level of stress is essential to being adequately motivated to meet the challenges of everyday life. However, when stress is significant and constant, it can have dangerous consequences, not unlike a bomb under a bridge, speaking of sabotage. Okay, just so you guys, I don't know if you're aware, my wife, bless her heart, passed away in the month of November, totally unexpectedly. And in the beginning of that, I lost weight like crazy, just because I wasn't interested in doing much of anything, especially eating. And then all of a sudden, I started gaining weight. And my favorite food that I love to eat, just as a regular food, is bread or tortillas or something like that. And I love potatoes, I love rice, and so you're seeing where I'm going with this. All starchy foods. Starchy foods are refined carbohydrates, and of course, what are they going to do? They love the middle of my body. Fat guy in a little coat already again. And so again, I was dealing with the stress by having emotional difficulties. At the top of page 94, I just want to read that. It says, recent surveys indicate that 50% of people feel more stressed now than they did just 5 years ago. Do you? If not, count your blessings. Most people feel tremendous stress now than they did just 5 years ago. It is amazing to see how that's happening. The economy is iffy. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. In some cities, some states it's good, some states and cities it's bad, and so on. If so, you may be among the 43% that report that they used food to cope with stress. And again, stress-related eating is without doubt contributing to the obesity rates in the United States, which currently stands at 72.3% of men and 64.1% of women. Wow, that's a lot of stress and a lot of weight, okay? And so, again, one of the things that people do when they're stressed is they go get a soda from the convenience store, or they open that can that's just down the hall in the break room. And and so those things that are loaded with high fructose corn syrup are going to be absolutely dangerous, or those things that are loaded with artificial sweeteners are absolutely dangerous. Any ideas on how you teach this part of the manual in sabotage and, of course, dealing with stress? Okay. AJ says, I use Uplift in my car. Okay, I use Uplift in my car diffuser. Okay, we've read that one before. That's excellent. Marilyn Dickerson says, I have many of these sayings I share on sticky notes in my book to use as needed. I love that. Deanna Minnick presented an excellent webinar on stress during Education Week. Yes, she did last summer. Is there any way to get that webinar posted back up on the website so that we can have our participants watch it? Okay, I will see what I can do. I just happen to know where that's stored. So let me write that down. Definitely deep breathing. And then some webinars we cannot and are not allowed by legal. There was a presentation Lawrence Smith did at this last Education Week that's still not up, and dadgummit, it's a son of a gun when that happens. Okay, Ruth Pacheco, deep breathing exercises. I love that. Teresa Sorensen, we as humans are not meant to handle the stress of the world, only the stress of family and community. I love that, Teresa. Yes, we do have the stress of the world. Christine, having the packaging of snack vegetables so that when you feel like stress, we can be sure to grab healthy food. I love that, Christine. Bonnie says, I taught this one yesterday and used the Flower Remedies questionnaire and practiced deep breathing. Magnificent. Okay, business ideas that go along with this manual. And again, very similar to the ones that we've talked about in the past. Use the bio tracker and just track what's going on. And then again, starting your own groups, and so many of you in this list, out of all the people that are on the list, so many of you have groups going right now. And identify your next opportunity meetings. Just continuing to do opportunity meetings and make that a part of a weekly marketing thing that you do. Get in front of other people's customers and present to them, or get in front of employees at a company and present to them every single week. And if every week is too much, do it once a month. But have a goal to do that and watch how your group grows. Now let's turn to module number 9. And in module number 9, we're on page 107, and give your glands a hand. Glandular health, and of course 7 keto, adrenal support, and liver cleanse. Our glands have huge amounts to do with how healthy we are. Our glands are healthy if we are healthy. Our glands are healthy if our gut is healthy. And if we're eating whole foods, if we're eating the types of foods that will nutritionally support our glandular system. If we're nutritionally supporting our adrenal glands and also our thyroid gland, and those types of things. Great things have to take place when we do that. And I personally am going through right now strengthening my glandular system because of the stress that's been in my body. I'm doing a thyroid activator. I'm doing I recently did a colon cleanse. I'm doing a liver cleanse right now, and I'm doing tons of adrenal support. Not any 7 keto right now, but it is helping me sleep so much better at night. It's helping me be very relaxed and peaceful throughout the day. Last night I went to bed at 8:45. I had to get up extremely early this morning. I got up at 3:25 a.m., but I felt so deeply relaxed and so deeply peaceful as compared to other weeks where I've gone to bed so hurried and hadn't taken my supplements before I went to bed. And it has made such a big difference. But would love to find out how, when you're going through the Glandular Health, Wealth, and Wisdom module, how you teach this. Okay, I'm going to just read some comments that were from before. Have the class listen to some upbeat music or relaxing music and ask them which makes them feel more happy and relaxed. This is Jenna. Very good, Jenna. Bonnie says, we talked a lot about leaving things with the Lord. Obviously, you have to pray to do that. And so teaching people how to pray is awesome. and we pray about things that are stressing them out. Boy, do I have a testimony of prayer. I've always had, for as long as I can remember, my parents taught me how to pray. I can remember magnificent examples of my wonderful father and my wonderful mother praying, and very, very good suggestions, Miss Bonnie. And of course, since my dear Carrie has passed away, I have prayed more intently than I have for a long time. And very good. All right, Bonnie says we use the iodine test to see if there is trouble with their thyroid. And Teresa says the thyroid temperature test. That's excellent. I redo the assessment that they did at the beginning to show which system is weak and what products they should use now. So the body system assessment would be good, or even the assessment that's inside the IN.FORM system. This is Jerry Spencer speaking. Awesome. Okay, and again, some great ideas for business. Build the story and reward successes. And again, this is just putting people on Smart Start. 2+ new participants plus product, and 2 support with product sales. And again, you're going to have, when you go through IN.FORM, you're going to have a heck of a lot more energy. Your habits are going to increase because we're going to support you in this group. You're going to be able to exercise, and of course, that bio tracker is worth its weight in gold to keep people in line, that type thing. Couple more comments. Melanie talked about not giving up, the iodine test, and of course, your body system questionnaire. Very good suggestions. Ruth Pacheco just typed in, I share info on adaptogenic herbs. Adaptogenic herbs would be herbs like, let's just think for just a minute. You've got licorice is a awesome adaptogenic herb. Ginseng would be an awesome adaptogenic herb. Another one would be Chinese adrenal support is an adaptogenic herb. Okay, anything that supports the adrenal glands will help with the adaptogenic herbs. Thyroid activator, okay, all of those things. If you're supporting the thyroid, you're supporting the adrenals. B vitamins and vitamin C, so NutriCalm would be magnificent for adaptogenic combinations. NutriCalm is superb for that. If they're under mega stress pack, holy cow, unbelievable stuff in that one. Adaptomax, Marilyn Dickerson just typed in. Superb formula. Adaptomax is just amazing. Okay, and then of course the core program, Ultratherm Cleanse Meal Replacements. Starting at the top, you've got appetite and satiety, blood sugar balancing, cleansing, emotional stress, energy and hormones, hydration, water, and metabolism. Now, lesson 10. Let's go a little further in our manual. And let's just go over just the information in lesson 10. It'll just take a couple of minutes. And this is, of course, about exercise and the huge benefits of exercise. Hey, I'll have you know that I've been doing a lot of walking all winter long. And last Saturday, I actually ran for quite a ways, or jogged. And it felt so easy because I had been doing so much walking. I usually jog a ton in the summer. In wintertime, it's very difficult because I don't like doing a treadmill. I despise working out inside because I'm a fresh air kind of a guy. And I love to go out even when it's below zero and just be outside and just enjoy the air. One of the things you guys don't know about me is I love winter camping. I have camped out this winter more than I have forever. It's kind of boring to be in my own bed. And so I have camped out big time. I've been testing out a lot of camping equipment. And even in the wintertime, when it's below zero, it's a blast if you're healthy to sleep outside, if you have the right kind of equipment. And so it really is fun to do. And I have camped out with my grandkids 3 times in the last few weeks on a Friday night. I have an awesome tent. Do that on a regular basis. But these kinds of things get people excited about using their body and having fun and being healthy. And so exercise makes all the difference in the world. And so I would love to hear how you talk about exercise and 7 keto and muscle versus fat. This part of the manual is incredible when you go through this. And you're talking about on page 116, the scale for weight circumference. And you've got just an amazing scale here that helps people understand for men, less than 31.5 inches for men and 29.4 inches for women. And that's the slimmer third. The middle third, of course, you've got 31.5 to 34.4 for men. And of course, the women go up from 24.4 to 34.4. And then the wider third, 34.4 for men and 34.4 for women. Again, you're measuring the waist. And incredible information. What I would encourage you to do is study these charts and make sure that you understand them, can answer questions about them, and so on. But I'm just going to go over here and see. Okay, very good. Sarah Hill says, I pass exercise bands around for people to use during the presentation. Very, very good. Exercise bands are so inexpensive, and they can be used for people during the presentation. Workout is something that no one can take away from you when you are done. Marilyn Dickerson. Profound. Okay, Jenna, I printed off a booklet from the internet that gives 45 benefits to exercise that don't have to do with weight loss. Just Google it. Okay, so it's 45 benefits to exercise that don't have to do with weight loss. So she says, just Google it. This is very motivating if people are having issues besides being overweight. Usually they are a whole host of issues. And if people are not exercising, they don't have energy. They have aches and pains. Okay? If people are not exercising, their skin looks terrible. Okay? If people are not exercising, oftentimes exercise will help people come out of even a very shy, introverted shell that they may be in, because exercise empowers people. There's just huge benefits. So very good suggestion, Jenna. Melanie said, have participants share what exercise they do. Awesome. Okay, what they did when they started and where they are right now. I love that. Melanie also said, if weather permits, we will go outside for a walk during this lesson. Awesome idea. Okay, please repeat what to Google slowly. Okay, I'll repeat it again. 45 benefits of exercise. 5 benefits of exercise. Hope that helps. And then Bonnie says, teach about how exercise is crucial in aging. If people don't maintain their muscle, they will have a horrible time with aging and will lose their independence quickly. Yes, if you don't continue to exercise, even into I've seen people exercising into their 90s. I do a lot of races, like 3Ks and 5Ks, and then we do the big Ragnar races in the summer as a family. And it is so much fun to do those races. And if you can just, even if you're just walking in those darn things, that's perfectly fine. Okay? There's tons of bike races. All you got to do is go to the internet and Google local bike races, local 5Ks, local 10Ks. And some people only walk in those races. That's perfectly fine. You still get the t-shirt. No problem at all. But that's what it's for. And then this is Sarah Hill. Encourage them to set their phone alarms to move 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, that's awesome. You can actually set your phone alarm to do that. 4 times a day, squats, stairs, push-ups, etc. I love that. The other day, I was with a bunch of scouts, and one of the scouts, these guys were older scouts, so they were in junior high and high school. They weren't the 12-year-old scouts. And one started doing push-ups, and then several started doing push-ups. And I was amazed at how few they could do. I do like 60 push-ups every other day. And so they said, Brother Lambert, do you want to participate? I nailed those guys. I smoked them. And so it's a lot of fun when you exercise, and it helps your age a lot. That's why I continue to go on scout camps. That's why I'm on my 34th year of being in scouting as a leader. And that's why for 16 years in a row, I have been asked back to girls camp, because I can party with the girls all day long. I have fun with those guys. They ask me to cook. This year I'm taking them on 4 different hikes. And on the hikes, I'm taking my guitar, we're singing, we're doing all kinds of things. And so you can do amazing things if you keep in shape. And I'm just trying to help you understand exercise will keep you young and healthy and strong. It'll rock your world. Makes all the difference in the world. Okay, another comment came in from Teresa. Practice getting up and down from the floor. And again, a lot of people have a very difficult time just getting off the floor. Okay, we're almost at the top of the hour. We're going to have to fly. Didn't realize, I just looked here. We are definitely at the top. Okay, exercise activity. Again, train, increase sales, energy, protein drinks, discounts, and samples. Again, would encourage you to do this. Number 11 is the social. And I'm just going to turn real quick in the manual to lesson number 11. The social aspect of weight management is so huge. I'm on page 127 in the manual. It doesn't say that on your screen. But the social aspect of weight is massive. And the detail that's put in here is amazing. I'm going to read from page 128. Friends don't let friends diet alone. With health of individuals so intricately connected, friends who share in dieting and exercising can reverse that trend and can mutually share a helpful outcome as they reestablish social norms. So pause for a moment and consider your closest friends and their eating and exercise regimens. Keep thinking, okay, did a light just go on? Heavens, yes. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that an individual's chance of becoming obese increases by 57% if a close friend becomes obese. So if you're hanging out with somebody who is obese, your habits are going to start reflecting that. And most people, when they're married, hang out with people that are like them. Okay? And so if you're hanging out with your spouse and you have bad eating habits, your spouse more than likely is going to pick those bad eating habits up, and guess what's going to happen? Fat guy in little coat times 2 or times 5 or times however many are in that family. And so chances are, if you continue to be surrounded by obese peers, you are more likely to regain any weight that you've lost. When influenced by peers with lower BMIs, your environment can provide support so that weight is not regained. And again, one of the best things that you can do is get a husband and wife team on IN.FORM. If you can do that, you can change generations. You can influence people in such a way with IN.FORM. IN.FORM is the finest weight loss program I've ever seen. It is just incredible. Any comments on this? Guys, I sure don't want to lose any participants today. Okay, I don't see anyone typing any comments, but again, if you can, one of the best examples I've ever seen in the entire country is Sharon Grimes back in upstate New York. Sharon Grimes is the best at helping husband and wife teams get involved in IN.FORM. And if you'll do that, it'll bless their life and generations to come if you can help people start learning to eat better and make better choices. Okay, this, again, IN.FORM all by itself is a magnificent support system, but at home is huge. And so get the husband and wife team is amazing. Okay, this is Marilyn Dickerson. I ask them who sets their goals. I ask who sets their goals for them and look at their friends, okay? Find a good support system, Melanie says. Jenna says, I love how you said how if couples are in it together, they will affect generations. Well, my heavens, yes. If you've got, you look at families. All you got to do is look at families, and you see a healthy family, and all their kids are healthy too. Amazing things are happening in that home because of the parents' example, because of the parents' food choices. And if you can get, again, a couple involved in IN.FORM, you will change their life. And if, in fact, they can repeat IN.FORM at least twice, holy cow, can you change their life. and you get them all cleaning out the pantry at the same time, you get buy-in from the husband and the wife, all heck breaks loose in that home. Kids are going to start benefiting in a huge way, and all of a sudden they're going to start shopping the perimeter of the store. They're going to throw out everything that was in their bedroom, everything that was in the pantry, everything that was in the refrigerator that was unhealthy, and they're going to start making a heck of a lot better choices. They're going to start cooking with better oils. Fun things are going to start happening. This is Teresa. My husband Pete is also on the program, and he's taking baby steps. Keep it up. And tell Pete we love him, and that's awesome, Teresa. Yes, and that's the key, is he's doing it. And so just have him hang in there and show him the data and the statistics. Okay, lesson 12, mindfulness eating. And I'm on page 139. This is incredible, this lesson 12, when you go through this with people. And just incredible. Habits are formed. And when we start to learn to be very mindful when we eat, and one of the best suggestions that I've seen here as we've done that, you guys had the suggestion and the idea of having large amounts of pre-packaged foods, meaning that you pre-package them, you put them in the fridge, you have the vegetables, you have the fruit, you have the hummus, you have the beans, you have whatever is there that's going to be a lot better choice. And then when you need a snack, you teach the whole family that's what we snack on. We're no longer going to go get the Doritos or the Cheetos or the Lay's potato chips. We're not going to get those anymore. We're going to be learning how to eat healthy. Well, I'm hungry. Well, there's some food right there. I'm hungry. This is not what I eat. And again, it'll take a while with some families, but once people start eating better choices, it's amazing to see what will happen. I just want to read over just a couple of things. Of course, that magnificent poem about habit there on the very front page of this manual is profound. On page 140, talking about this flawed logic. How can I be full? I still have a half a bowl left. Researchers wanted to study whether or not people stopped eating when their dish became empty. So they designed a bowl of soup to automatically refill itself, and participants ate 73% more. Holy cow. Wouldn't that be amazing if your bowl automatically refilled itself? When asked if they were full, the most common response was, how can I be full? I still have half a bowl left. That is so profound. We are in such habits, and I grew up in a home just like this. We have to clean our plate. We have to eat everything on that plate. And again, you can still eat everything on your plate, but dadgummit, don't put so darn much on there. Okay? Any other suggestions on this? Ruth says, 3 of the group were getting together Sunday evenings to cook and prepare meals. I love that for the week. They're having a great time doing this and trying new recipes. That's fun. So they're preparing meals for the week. They're sharing their meals. So I'll bring all the ingredients for 3 meals this week, for 3 meals for a family of 5 or whatever it is. They prepare those recipes. They show each other how they prepare the recipes, and they send them home with that as a casserole or whatever it's going to be. And that's a brilliant idea. Eat off smaller snack plates, very good, or smaller plates. I bought smaller plates, and I show them what size to use. I love that. So, ladies, you're doing a good job. That was Jenna and Cynthia both made the idea of smaller plates as a very good suggestion. Remind them to use 9-inch plates. Enjoy food while eating. Put fork down in between bites. Yes, we are not vacuums. We are human beings. And one of the best, guys, I can't emphasize enough the importance of being present with your family. The importance of visiting and talking and enjoying each other's company. My wife and I, prior to her passing, we had been married for 36 years. We have always been close. We have always talked. We have always made it a huge habit in our home to have meals together, and we don't have a television in the kitchen. We don't have a television where that dining room table's at. And so it is so awesome to do that. And instead of becoming vacuums and just picking up the plate and shoveling everything in your mouth with your spoon, it would be a good idea to learn to set that fork down and just talk and visit and have fun. Talk about the great things that happened that day. Be present with everyone that's there. And we all, at our meals, we always have a scripture and a thought at every one of our dinners. We don't do that at breakfast, but we do it at dinner, and we've kept that up since my dear Carrie has left. But that has made a huge difference. It is really awesome. Okay, excellent suggestions. Okay, and then week 13, page 149. We're almost to the very end, and then we're going to go over just a couple of slides. And everyone, you need to realize I'm so sorry it's taking so long. Okay, it's actually page 151. I apologize. Remember when you went steady in high school? We'll do it again. Okay, I love this. Habits of health, plan for maintenance, health assessment, health topics, and webinars. Again, would just encourage you to teach your people so many great things. Have them go through IN.FORM again. There's some great things coming down the pike as far as education is concerned from NSP. We can't wait to share those things with you at convention. And just incredible things that are coming down the pike. But okay, this is another suggestion that Nilia just said. Nylia, I hope I'm not saying her name wrong. I am so sorry if I am. We drink 1 glass of water before we eat anything, preferably warm water. We also sit down for each meal as it engages the parasympathetic system for digestion. You will eat less. I love that. So drink an entire glass of warm water before you sit down. And of course, the thing that we love to do is talk and just enjoy each other's company. There's nothing more important than our relationships. That's the only thing that we can take with us when we leave. And so all those precious memories that we've had, you don't want to have bad memories. And talking with your family is a blast. It is so much fun. Any other suggestions on habits of health? The very last bullet point on page 152, if you'll turn with me to page 152, I want to read the very last bullet point, and then we're going to finish the webinar. Believe in your ability to succeed. Fight for yourself. You are worth it. Again, a lot of people don't believe that they can succeed in hardly anything. They have been suffering from what's called unbelief. Okay? And so that's a very real condition. And one thing that I would teach people is that they can believe, they can have faith, they can do those things that are worth their weight in gold. They can accomplish what they want. So you guys, we sure love you and sure are grateful for the passionate work that you're doing. Okay, this is Melanie. She says, I do a once a month get together with past participants. Awesome. Very good suggestion. All right. We've gone through and we've talked about that. Let me just go through the awesome promotion. There is, of course, an opportunity in the month of March where there's going to be a drawing, a raffle, and of course, you can win free airline tickets, hotel stays, football or Broadway and concert tickets, all for getting people started in IN.FORM. What a awesome, amazing offer. The rules are very simple. You need to start your IN.FORM group in the month of March. For each participant that has a 200 QB initial order or greater, you'll receive a raffle ticket. If that participant signs up on Sunshine Rewards, you'll receive 2 raffle tickets. Don't miss your chance to win over $7,000 in prizes. Be sure to submit your groups through the coaches portal, and of course, you can win big with IN.FORM's March Madness. Now, new groups need to be started within the calendar month of March 1st through March 31st, and of course, need to be entered into that portal by April 7th. And you must include the account number of each of the new participants so that that Q100 QB initial order can be verified or tracked. And if you start a group of 5 participants any time in the month of March, you're going to receive all this. The sample packs of Nature's Harvest, Love and Peas, and Smart Meal, in addition to a bag of Love and Peas, a box of Sticks Aided, and of course, you've got 1, 2, 3 of the Anxious List packs, samples there, all for starting. Plus, okay, this is incredible. You're going to receive 10 new NSP Power Shakers and 10 reusable IN.FORM bags. Holy crud. What a deal, just for starting in a group of 5 or more in the month of March. And again, just go to the IN.FORM Coaches portal and enter that information. This, of course, is the Joe Webb one here at Nature Sunshine. And that, again, just shows you how to enter the portal and everything, and it shows everything that's happening with your group. And again, you can go to Members Sign Up, Coaches Portal under IN.FORM, and that's how you get to it. That's how you navigate to it. Members, Coaches Portal. At convention in Dallas, Texas, on Sunday, April 17th, there's going to be next generation training. So if you've already been an IN.FORM coach, this is absolutely free. Come and learn all about the powerful new enhancements to IN.FORM that are going to be introduced at convention the previous 3 days, okay, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday there in Dallas. And that includes your lunch. And so the cost for your stay is going to be free. The cost for the seminar is going to be free. It'll be from 9A to 5P. And you'll receive 200 bonus INspire points just for attending. You, of course, can register by calling 1-800-223-8225. Would encourage you to take advantage of that. And then we do have a certification at convention for IN.FORM for your potential new coaches. That, again, is another room in the same building there at the awesome hotel that we're going to be in on April 17th, 9 to 5. The cost is only $325, and that includes lunch. Attendees receive 200 bonus INspire points. And again, call customer service at 800-223-8225. Okay, sounds like Pamela Riley loved this webinar. Awesome, helpful information. I just started my group this last week. Thank you. Good job, Pam. And then Nalia says, tonight is my first class. 2 of my members don't want to purchase any NSP products. Are they still considered part of my group when registered? Again, they will be considered part of your group if, in fact, you take their picture and submit that in the coach's portal. But, of course, I would hold their face in your hands and just say, you will be able to manage your weight more effectively on NSP's amazing products. I love you and I want you to have a much more healthy life. So please invest in yourself by investing in some NSP products. All right. Okay. You're welcome, Miss Sarah. And then, okay, does the 325 include the BioTracker, participant manuals, and banners? It has, all right, the 325 includes 1 banner. It does include the BioTracker and the participant manuals. Bonnie said she enjoyed this, and Ruth said thank you. Well, you're sure welcome, ladies. It's been my honor. And it is just great to be teaching you guys today. It's magnificent to be with you. You guys are great, and we sure love you guys. And I hope to see you in Texas. I plan to be there. And I'll be down there smiling and so on, and I'm trying to get down to about 320. Yes, we're tipping the scale at over 330 right now, or 230, I should say. And so I got to get down to about 220, and I would love to be all the way down to about 210 by convention, but don't hold your breath on that. But anyway, it's been awesome. You guys have been an awesome audience, and stay out of trouble. We will call her good here.